What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music again. We've got a real twangy countdown for you. If you're not super familiar with country music, amazing guitar playing may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of this Southern-inspired genre. But modern country music has some pretty deep roots in the art of guitar playing. Dixie swing, bluegrass, rockabilly, and the blues have all played a vital role in the evolution of country music and inspired many of country's greatest guitarists. So get out your cowboy hat because we're counting down some of the greatest guitarists in country music. Yeehaw! Roy Clark. Now, you may know Roy from his time on Hee Haw, or even filling in for Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show. And if that sentence made no sense to you, just ask your grandparents about it. You'll be in for a treat. Beyond Roy Clark's amazing talents as a showman, he was quite the shredder on the guitar and banjo. He used a myriad of country styles and expressions to add to the dynamics of his playing, and I have to admit, it's pretty damn impressive. Luther Perkins. Now, as the guitarist for Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Three, Luther Perkins exposed country fans to his unique style. He isn't the most technically impressive player on our list, but his spacious voicing and clean, mid-rangey tone made classic Cash tunes like Folsom Prison Blues instantly recognizable. Cash even wrote a song called Luther Plays the Boogie Woogie, and that describes how he plays, in the strangest kind of way. Merle Travis. Now, Merle famously wrote country standards like 16 Tons and Dark as a Dungeon, but his biggest contribution to country music is his signature picking style, deftly named Travis picking. This technique was picked up by other legendary guitarists and has since transcended the country genre. It's now basically a standard picking pattern for steel string acoustic guitar, all thanks to the late great Merle Travis. Brad Paisley. In the grand scheme of things, Brad Paisley is a relative newcomer to the country guitar scene, but he has certainly made a name for himself. You may know him for his big hits like American Saturday Night, Camouflage, and Whiskey Lullaby, but there is no denying he is a modern-day guitar legend. Brad has amassed a vocabulary of styles informed by rock, blues, and classic country to create a technique that is uniquely his own. Even if you aren't a huge country fan, Brad's guitar skills are something to admire. Just listen to his instrumental album, Play, you'll see what I mean. Vince Gill. Now, Vince has spent the last few decades making a name for himself as one of the greatest country songwriters who has ever lived. His smooth voice and even smoother guitar playing has garnered Vince the respect of guitarists across multiple genres. Eric Clapton, a well-known fan of country and southern rock, once invited Vince to play with him during his acoustic set for a show in Nashville in 2010. That night, Vince proved, as he's done many times before, that he can keep up with other rock and roll greats. Albert Lee. All right, before you get commenty, I know that Albert Lee's British, but his Anglo heritage doesn't disqualify him from amazing country playing. We give credit where credit is due here at Marty Music. Many of Lee's biggest inspirations were country and rockabilly artists from the early to mid-20th century, and his hybrid picking and fingerstyle technique prove this to be true. Albert Lee has played with many of the great artists from both country and rock and roll, and was responsible for the Everly Brothers reunion in the 80s and regularly played with the brothers for several decades. Chet Atkins. Now, Chet Atkins is arguably the most important person in country music history. He was the pioneer of the Nashville sound that allowed country music to enjoy mainstream commercial success for the first time in history. He produced albums for basically every country music legend associated with RCA in the mid-20th century. We haven't even talked about his guitar playing yet. Chet's signature playing style builds upon other Countdown member Merle Travis. Since Chet played such a major role in the Nashville country music scene in the 50s and 60s, he was able to bring his style to the masses and inspire many other players to come. Who's your favorite country guitar player? Is there anyone we missed? Let us know down in the comments section. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching Marty Music. We'll see you soon.